Hello and welcome to the Fish Nerds, the show about fish, fishing, and eating fish. I'm Clay Groves, Chief Executive Fish Nerd, licensed fishing guide, and your best friend. It's National Podcast Posting Month, trying to put out a podcast every day for the entire month of November. Some days I'll get behind. I'll do 2 or 3 to catch up, so stick with us all month as we get 30 episodes out this month, and we can use your help. The theme for NaPodPoMo this month for the Fish Nerds is Fishing Ruined My Life. I'm looking for stories of fishing gone wrong. Could be funny, could be tragic, could be just a funny anecdote or something weird. Anything is fair game. Just give us a call at 607-378-FISH or record it on your phone. Use your voice memo function and email that file to clay@fishnerds.com, and I'll drop that file right into the show, and you can be part of it. And if you've got a business like a YouTube channel, your own podcast, or something else you want to plug, well, just by participating, you earn. You earn to have that plug here on the Fish Nerds podcast. So let's get right after it then. Today's story is from about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I was on a quest with Dave Kellum to catch and eat every kind of freshwater fish in New Hampshire. And the way the quest worked, if you're not a longtime listener, is we were going after the fish one at a time, catching, cooking, eating, and we could bring other people into the quest with us. So one day, I decided to bring my mother-in-law in on a quest to catch the northern pike in the Connecticut River. And we rented a little hotel right on the water, and we got a little dinghy, and we motored up the river to where I thought pike lived. And I was right, they were there. I could see them in the water. And we were throwing these giant spoons with huge treble hooks. My mother-in-law, not a big fisher. She's just not. But she really wanted to be part of the quest because it's exciting to be part of something. And so we got to the spot. It's beautiful. It was September 11th, actually, in 2011. So I know the date. So I remember it very well. And it was a beautiful day in the river, calm, sunshine, probably 75 degrees, perfect day on the water. And we found the spot. I made a couple casts. And then she made a couple casts, and she caught some weeds. And she reeled up her line. And I don't know if you probably know people who fish this way, or you maybe fish this way. It reels up a little bit too high on her line so that while holding the rod, she can't quite reach the hook to pull the weeds off. So she stretches and grabs the spoon and pulls, now putting tension on the entire fishing rod. And of course, that's a very dangerous thing to do. You should always open your bail, give yourself 3 or 4 feet more line, and then take your weeds off and let it go. Instead, she pulled the weeds off and let it go after having tension on it, and that pulled this huge treble hook right into her left middle finger, like all the way buried to the bone. It was awful. She was a good sport about it. So I cut the line, and there was no way I'm going to pull that hook out of her finger because I want to stay in the will. So I cut the line. I took photos of the hook buried in her finger for posterity. Also, I was writing stories about this. And we had a motor, it was about a mile downstream, back to the car, take her over to the emergency room. And in the emergency room, the doctor's trying to get this thing out, and he couldn't quite get it out. And he had to go to the janitor and get a rusty pair of pliers and wire cutters and cut this hook off her finger. And he was able to get it out after a little bit of numbing cream on there, and she was good as new. And, I took video of the entire thing. I used to have a copy, but it's been a long time. So I said, you know what? We're still on a quest. We're here. And she was game. We got back on the water. But this time I decided not to give her big giant hooks. We didn't catch the pike that day. But we also were after walleye because we hadn't caught walleye yet on the quest. So for walleye fishing, she's out in the middle of the river, and we're just drifting down the middle of the Connecticut River, and we're jigging little white tungsten jigs, like ice fishing jigs with a hunk of worm on. That's all we're doing. Super simple, not dangerous, fishing like little kids. And within 5 minutes, floating down the river, she caught the walleye for the quest. So we killed that thing, took some photos, and it looks like she's giving us the middle finger in the photos because she is. It's the finger it's all taped up. So we got that thing in, and then we ate that fish. We cooked it. We made the walleye cheeks with cheese sauce, and it was so good. We used alliteration for our guide for cooking during the quest. Anyway, that is my tragic fishing story. If you've got yours, give us a call, 607-378-FISH. Leave it on our voicemail or email it to clay@fishnerds.com. If you want to write it out instead of record it, that's also okay. I will do a dramatic reading of your story. So that's it till the next National Podcast Posting Month episode probably very soon. Stick with us.